You know, this is a video I never thought I would make, but here we are. Jack Scalfani, aka Cooking with Jack, aka the worst chef on YouTube. Now, I'm sure all of you may have heard of Cooking with Jack at least once. He has been talked about a bit by a handful of commentary channels, and he was mainly known for making some of the worst dishes mankind has ever seen. And recently, he was talked about by a commentary channel known as AugustTheDuck. Now, August has made a lot of videos on Jack, but they've mainly just been his cooking videos. They've never been about Jack's personal life or anything Jack says regarding his personal life. But recently, August talked about this podcast that Jack was on, which, by the way, is public and is on Jack's channel. So if you want to go look right now, you can go find this podcast with Jack on it, and you can see exactly what Jack says. This isn't like August dug up some clip from the past or like some, hidden archived clip. No, this is public and anyone can go see it. But regardless, Jack was on this podcast, and he seemed pretty proud of admitting some very awful things, which really makes me question, if he admits these things publicly, I really wonder what he's hiding behind closed curtains. But anyways, I'm just going to let some of these clips play and let them speak for themselves.
This is the key part here. We did a great job parenting. We didn't do the best job, but we did the best we could at the time. The other side, who she's a totally sweet person, but was not strict at all. He had carte blanche. So every weekend it was carte blanche, and every Monday or Tuesday we were hammering our kid to get him back into shape.
Right.
By the time Wednesday, Thursday rolls around, he's finally our child again. Friday comes, she picks him up, and he'll admit to you, it destroyed him.
Now, just based off of what he's saying, I'm assuming that this kid is not from the woman sitting next to him, which I believe her name is Tammy, but the kid is actually from a previous marriage of Jack's, which he has like split custody on. I could be totally wrong, but that's just my assumption.
Reconcile
It was like
when you're a kid.
It was rough, and he starts because he couldn't handle it. I was Mr. Strict Parent, and she just didn't do anything, and it just messed him up. And so he starts having rage issues. So we had to deal with that. And as he got into his teen years, he had a great home life. He had everything his heart desired. He never went without.
Now, just keep note of that quote right there. He had a great home life. Just remember that right there.
I wanted him at age 13 to start his own company. We talked about it. We want to encourage him to start early. We don't want him just wasting money and blowing money. We want him to earn money and get excited about something. It's his. And so by the time he's 18, he would have it, something that's already substantial, right? So we got him into building computers. And I took him to a shop in Huntington Beach every 3 times a week. He was interning there. They were teaching him how to put it all together. And that was where he learned how to smoke pot. And I still haven't given that one up, that I was the reason he started smoking pot. I encouraged him. I found the place, and I got my son hooked on drugs. It escalated, and he started cursing at Tammy and me and having rage issues. There were 2 times. Once he put his hand on me, and it wasn't like he pushed me, but it was in an aggressive way. And I took him down to the ground. I threw him down to the ground. And then the second time, he put his hands on Tammy, pushed her up against the door, and I took him to the ground, and I was going to kill him. I was choking him out, and I hadn't fought since school. The only time you stop fighting in school is the principal's coming. But this was the moment I was choking him and screaming in his ears, "You don't ever touch a woman. You don't ever touch a woman." At the top of my voice, I was choking him so hard, his nose started to bleed.
I mean, yeah, I don't need to explain anymore, but I am just going to say this. It is pretty pathetic that this grown man is puffing out his chest like he's some tough guy for choking out a 16-year-old boy. And then he also just includes the part where he's screaming at the kid, "You don't ever hit a woman. You don't ever hit a woman." Which, yeah, I totally agree with. You don't ever hit a woman. But you also don't hit a child. You also don't choke a fucking child. You're a grown man. Societally, we usually protect 2 things, women and children. Those are 2 things we usually protect the most. I don't know why Jack thinks he's so above hitting a woman when he just nearly killed a child. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this behavior shouldn't be punished. It totally should be. But there are so many other ways to go about it than nearly murdering your son. Now, August does go a lot deeper into this podcast clip, so if you want to watch his video and watch a more detailed breakdown of this, I'll link it in the description. But now let's get into why you guys have probably clicked on this video, the doxing threats. So shortly after August made his video exposing Jack's awful behavior, his sister was sent an email threatening threatening to dox both her and August. Now, something that really confuses me, and this has just been confusing me the entire recording throughout this video. This has just been stuck in the back of my mind. Why is Cooking with Jack getting mad that this is getting talked about? You literally posted the podcast clip on your channel. Okay, you posted it on your channel for everybody to see, and you were proud of what you said. Like, Jack, you can't go on this podcast and then puff out your chest like some big alpha male tough guy, claiming that you almost killed your son and think you're some sort of badass, but then the minute somebody starts calling you out and talking about you, then you want to start flaking, and then you send one of your associates to start threatening to dox people. I mean, it really is just pathetic. I mean, I didn't realize how sad of a human being Jack really was.
What's up, guys? A bit of a more serious video today, not going to be a goofy intro like you might usually expect. Today, I woke up to an email, or really a call about an email from my sister, saying that she had received an email from somebody affiliated with the Cooking with Jack show threatening to dox her and me if I did not delete my recent video calling out Jack Scalfani, aka Cooking with Jack, for being a massive piece of shit child abuser and advocate for genocide. I'm not joking, title is not clickbait. I'll throw up a few screenshots of the email on screen. Obviously, gonna blank out a lot of information, but you get the idea. There was also some really weird rhetoric around race mixing involving my sister.
Oh great, so not only is Jack Scalfani a child abuser and a doxer, now he's also a racist. Well, nice job, Jack. You're doing a great job, buddy. You're on a roll today.
Which again, I don't really know what my sister has to do with all this. I guess they couldn't find a way to contact me, or they were just too pussy to contact me directly, and I assume that's actually what's happening here. But they sent me and my sister a bunch of addresses and phone numbers, emails, stuff like that. But I don't really care if you guys release whatever you think you have, because all it is my email and then the rental properties I own, alongside a couple of places I lived when I went to college. So yeah, I just wanted to let this be known that not only is Mr. Scalfani a child abuser and an advocate for genocide, he's also a doxer, so he's really the perfect trifecta. You've married well, Tammy.
I mean, it just doesn't get much worse than this. And then to top it off, you had to drag his sister into the situation. Like, what did she have to do with that? Like, she didn't have anything to do with that. Look, I don't care what online beef you have. Doxing and then dragging somebody else's family into the situation is a line that should never be crossed. Anyways, now that we know Jack doesn't like videos exposing his bad behavior, if this video goes down, you all know why. And that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Make sure to join the Discord server, link in description, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.